העיקר הראשון, החרטה. The first principle is regret. What regret? He must impress upon himself that there exists punishment and reprisal, and that one's transgressions will be paid for. You were intimate before marriage, you wasted seed, you looked inappropriately, you acted inappropriately, you stole, you cheated, you lied. He says, everything has to be paid for. As it says in Sefer Dvarim, Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 35, Lina kam v'shilem, mine is the vengeance and recompense. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, mine is the vengeance and recompense. Meaning, you did something, you have to pay for it. Unless you do Teshuva. And Job says in 1929, dread the sword, for anger against sin brings the sword. What have I done? How could I have acted without the fear of God before me, a person says. How was I not afraid of the Torah's remonstrations against sin and the terrible punishments? For great is the suffering of the wicked. Rabim machovim larasha, huge suffering the wicked get. This is also Tehillim 32:10. I showed no compassion to my body, and my eyes did not pity its eventual destruction due to a fleeting moment of pleasure. Worse than this, I have treated my precious soul cruelly, and has been defiled by the excrement of my Yetzer Hara. Samuel 1, chapter 25. ואת נפש אויביך יקלענה בתוך כף הקלה. Avigail says to David HaMelech, you know what's going to happen to all your enemies? All of your enemies are going to be shot like a stone from a slingshot. Because this is a place called Kaf HaKela. This is before Gehinnom, where there's angels of death that slingshot the soul from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth while they're beating it with fire whips.
We are living in an illusion that somehow we belong here. It doesn't matter. As long as you a Jew, you will always be considered a visitor, a tourist. That's it. It will always be like that. Logically, this is what Hashem wants. Hashem does not want us to be too comfortable here, to like it too much. What happened to the German Jews in Berlin, Hashem doesn't want to happen to us. They took the Siddur and changed. They erased Jerusalem and they wrote Berlin instead. Berlin is their dream. They don't care about Jerusalem. They want Berlin. Berlin burned them all. That's what happened in the end. That if you fall in love too much with the material, with the land, with what you have, what you love so much, that will be the one that kills you.
The point is, Rabotai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to Klal Israel, you're a Jew whether you like it or not. If you don't remember it, I'll send the non-Jew to remind you. Rabotai, to be a rabbi, you have to sometimes deal with blood. You have to sometimes deal with disgusting stuff. You have to sometimes say things that are not so pleasant. You have to act like you don't necessarily want to act, to wake people up, to say to them things that they may not want to hear, but they need to. Why? Because if you don't do it, if you wait for everything to be clear, for everything to be pleasant, for the blood to go away, only to have Hanukkah parties, only to have this party and that party, and for everything to be pleasant, and guess what? You're not a rabbi. You're a murderer. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is doing things to wake us up, and the signs are getting bigger and bigger. We have anti-Semitism increasing by over 50% in the last couple of months. That's one. New York, the biggest population of Jews anywhere in the world outside of Israel, is the main place. On top of that, you have the Christian missionaries picking up the ante. Their top rappers, their top politicians, their top organizations are investing tenfold into missionizing in Jewish communities, and they're coming over here. They're coming over here. They already have places here, but there's more of them coming here to Florida. If you don't know what you're talking about, if you don't know what's happening, you have no emunah in Hashem, you're not scared of sin, you don't have Yirat Shamayim, I'm telling you already, they're going to eat you up alive. That's why the Gemara in Masechet Avodah Zarah says, you have to know enough to deal with the heretic. This, Rabotai, is a reminder for me as well as for you of what we are and what we're not.